All right. Hi, guys. How are we doing? I'm going to be doing a Suck Zerker guide video, and I had previously recorded all the voice clips and all of the physical, like, video clips, and I'm too lazy to edit them together, so I'm going to do a long style video and just post this, timestamp it, and cover as much as I can in one sitting, which would be pretty much everything, except I'll try to remember it all. So the format I'm going to do is I'm going to cover all the moves. I'm going to cover your skill enhancements, which are also your moves, the skill add-ons. I'm going to cover Suck Zerker specifically, without and with Beastform. So I'm going to cover both aspects. If you want to try either or, it's up to you. I'm going to give you everything you need to know, every little kind of nuance with the moves. And then I'm going to go over just a few combos that you can use for basic Zerkers. And so that you know when you step onto the class, you know what you can do and what you can't do and how you can do it and why you do it and when you do it, okay? And I'll give you some scenarios on how to do things and what to think. So we'll start from the top of the list here with Elastic Force. So this move doesn't really have any use in PvE or PvP. Honestly, the only time I use this is when I'm missing WP. You can obviously go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it regens your WP. There's been some scenarios where you're PvPing, you have no mana pots, and they're jumping you. And you have the only thing you can do is the only thing you can think you can do is run away, right? That's all you can do because this doesn't drain WP. Well, what you can do is hold left mouse button and you will regen 5 a hit and 15 on the final hit of this move. It's actually faster to do it forward because it's so fast compared to, you know, this. That's about it. You know, you can use left and right to cancel moves. So like if you get a grab, you can go cancel. And you can use it to cancel moves. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is a thing you can do. Additionally, the last thing you want to know is if you would like to CC off this move, you can, but you do need Ultimate Fierce Strike unlocked. And then you just wait till the final hit, and on that final slam, hold right mouse button, and that will float players. So if you hold right mouse button here, this is a float. Super impractical, not useful at all, but it is a float. So that does exist. On to the next one is Absolute Smackdown. Obviously, this is your bread and butter grab. It used to be your best grab. It isn't your best grab anymore, but it's the one that's off cooldown quickest. It's also the easiest to combo out of because you can cancel in any direction. You can grab someone, cancel them backwards. You can throw them to the side, left or right. All you have to do is when you grab them, you press E and then you press any direction, left, right, or back, and left mouse button. So a direction and left mouse button besides forward. Forward you cannot cancel, so don't do forward. It does bound after the move, and it does give you the option to use Undertaker by pressing space. One more thing that you'd want to know additionally, and I'll see if I can emulate it here really quickly, is this move actually does rebound players. So you'll watch here. He is still on the ground. Well, it works on real players. You noticed how when I put him down on top of him, it did not apply a CC? Zerkers can still grab reset, but you need another body. So stop holding people the entire time and start rotating your grabs. Because you'll watch, this guy gets bound, but it doesn't apply a timer. So, something to keep in mind. All grabs will re-CC if you grab another person and use them for the AoE. So, keep that in mind. Additionally, you can use Undertaker. I would really only use this if you, for some reason, like Solaire on the map with the big orbs, you can actually jump people over the railing and put them in those ponds of water. They can't be out of there. That's a situation where using Undertaker is advantageous for you to put them in a position where they cannot leave, but you can. Final following up on that, Undertaker. Not really any use for it. It gives you 5 melee AP, but honestly, right, you get the 5 melee AP, and then you use FD, and that gives you 16 melee AP, so it's kind of redundant because using a move you use at the start of every single attack gives you double the AP and just overwrites this. So I wouldn't really use it unless you need to extend a grab, hold players in their V, such as that. It's really kind of a way to doom yourself if you want to put the player down quick. So on to Rock Smash. This is your new best grab. You can use it with Shift E. You can also hotbar it. Obviously, it's hotbarred for a lot of Berserker players who have been around for a while because it did not have a keybind prior. So, what you'll want to do is you can use it out of Lava Piercer, same as Smackdown. So if you're running, you can grab someone. Smackdown is not a frame 1 grab, so remember that if you're running into someone and you press grab, you can get CC'd out of it. That's different about Rock Smash. Rock Smash is a frame 1 grab, so the moment you collide with someone and you press it, they're in your hands. It's not like a iffy yes or no. You have grappled them, it is frame 1. The only reason you'll get CC'd out of it is if they immuned or you missed. There is a weird glitch, however, where if you're holding someone over your head and you're getting hit a bunch of times, you'll drop the player and become immediately unprotected. So keep that in mind. I keep saying it to Zerkers. Stop holding players above your head unless you know exactly what you're doing with it. The best thing you can do to help your team, unless it's 3 players around you, your friends, and 1 enemy player that you're holding, put the person down. Unless you can get a V catch out of it, put the person down, rotate targets. One more thing, I don't know if it's been fixed or not, but there is this very strange glitch. Let me check. Yeah, so there it is. So I grabbed the player, obviously not looking at him. One thing to remember if you're using this move, it's not where your camera's facing, it's where your character's facing. Unlike E-Grab, if I press this and grab him, it turns around and grabs the player. One thing you want to remember about Rock Smash is it casts the hitbox in front of the player first. So if you could be the best player in the world with the best aim, right? I have him dead to rights. I press the grab, I will miss that grab because the player is facing this way, but I have used it this way. So it casts the hitbox wherever the player is moving. So do remember that if you have like a target like this, and you iframe and try and grab him with Rock Smash here, you will miss. So keep that in mind when you are working with Rock Smash, that it's best to use out of Lava Piercer because of that exact reason, okay? Next on the list, Corpse Storm. Holding people that V. If someone V's in your hand, you're going to Corpse Storm every time, right? Someone's pressed V. You can hold this out. They're still in V. They're still in V. You use Undertaker, bam. They will have a V radius of about this far around you. Way easier to sniff than someone who could potentially V all the way over here. So that's the only reason to use it. I wouldn't use it elsewise. It does okay damage, but not enough to really justify using. So yeah. Next we have Prime Beastly Windslash. And all of these moves are the exact same for Beastform. When a Beastform move comes up, I will show you both variants and explain them. So next up we have Beastly Windslash. There's 2 versions. So there's Beastly Windslash, which is the Prime version, and Flow Windstorm. Flow Windstorm will come out of Evasion, as well as it comes at the end of FD. So the end of FD. And I don't believe it comes after, yeah. Okay, so it comes at the end of FD, and it comes at the end of Evasion, and I believe that is all it will come out of. And you can use it out of like the first hit of FD2. You don't have to do the slam. It will also come out of Ultimate Frenzied Destroyer, and it's a quicker cancel. The move does have a down smash on it, so obviously, you know, if you can kind of use that and abuse that if you feel It's right at that point in time. Does okay damage, so it does 6 times Beastly Windslash's attack damage, but it does 6 times this Beastly Windslash's attack damage, not this one. So when you're calculating this damage, you do have to remember it does 6 times whatever it's attached to. So that means it does 6 times the damage of 1, 2, 3 Beastly Windslash. Which, if you saw this and said 6 times the damage of this, amazing, busted, so strong. Not so much if we're looking at this. So you can use it out of those 2 moves. It also flows naturally at the end of Beastly Windslash. Good for movement, very good for movement. If you want to go 1, 2, 3, so Headbutt. I can't remember the name of the move. Headbutt, Storming Beast. This is a stamina-free movement that gives you movement speed. So that is something to keep in mind. You can make it faster if you want to add in an evasion. So you add an evasion before. So you go Headbutt, Storming Beast, evasion, and then you press Beastly Windslash. So Headbutt, Storming Beast, evasion. Well, a little faster than that, but yeah. So I wouldn't really use it for damage. It's more of a movement skill, and if you want to try and get a cheeky down smash, and on that we go to Beastly Windslash. The bread and butter, like the big part of this move, does decent damage. It has forward guard. If you use it out of Lava Piercer, so I believe it says it has forward guard, and it does if out of Lava Piercer it mentioned that. So you can go Lava Piercer and then use it. That has forward guard. It still has a CC on it. You've used one of your protected movements to do that though. So perhaps something you would reconsider using. It's good damage, and it's not a bad idea to use it out of like a combo if some other things are down, right? You can FD, like that's not a terrible combo. I wouldn't recommend it, but that it works. If that is what you need to get the job done, do it. Okay? Good damage. The big things to note is 100% crit rate, just like most of Berserker's moves, and the movement speed it offers is 20%. So it does make you kind of substantially faster than you would be. So next up is every Berserker's move, Prime Fierce Strike. So Prime Fierce Strike is what I would call one of your top 3 moves, both in beast form and out of beast form. The important thing to note about this move in particular is, unlike Beastly Windslash and Frenzied Destroyer, it doesn't have a crit rate modifier, which means it was built around the idea of you stacking crit to do big damage, and big damage it does do. So if you have good crit rate on non-beast form Berserker, off of down attack, this move, off of down attack, this move is big. It does a lot of damage. That there will demolish DP players. It will cut through them. It naturally has built-in -20 DP. If you put another -20 on it, you're shredding 40%, or you're shredding 40 full DP. Okay, so what you're doing is you are essentially shredding off. Like, I don't even know what I could equate to. You're essentially shredding off half of a Pen Urgon's boots at C9. Like, pretty substantial amount to cut from a player, flat out. And then it also it has down attack on it, which is great because you'll float the player right after, right? You go 1, you go 2, and you get the down attack and crit. Great, amazing. No protection if you're not using beast form, which can be kind of an issue, but beast form fixes that. Obviously, if you use any of your moves to enter beast form, and then you use it, little slower, little more spread out on damage, but you get forward guard during the move, which is nice because, you know, forward guard. The only thing that might surprise you is it still has down attack. So if you get a player and you float them with the claws, holding it actually is kind of detrimental to you, just based on the fact that 2 to 3 out of the 4 hits are going to hit. Yeah, so I got 2 hits that were down attack, and the other 2, the player was in the air, which means that you're kind of missing out on that bonus damage just because they're in the air. So something to keep in mind. That'll be your float. That'll be kind of like what you use to cycle protections as you're in beast form, right? Because you can obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, linger it, 1, 2, and it's back up. Now I can go again. Cool, right? And now we can go again. And that'll be how you cycle your protections. That'll be one of the big things. It floats, so make sure to use and abuse that. So on to the next. We have Prime Friend. Oh, one more thing, actually. About this move, make sure if anyone ever tells you to lock it, tell them they're stupid, tell them to shut up. This is the move that lets you float out of Frenzied Destroyer by holding right mouse button. This is the move that lets you float out of your Elastic Force. So don't lock it, because you kind of miss out. Oh, I guess I lie. Okay, well, anyway, it is the thing that lets you do it out of Elastic Force. Oh, no, I'm lying again. I tested this, no joke, about 5 minutes ago, and it didn't work. So that's fine. Anyway, Fierce Strike apparently locks it up. So we're good. Anyway, ignore that. Next up, Prime Frenzied Destroyer. This, again, great move. 16 AP on use. Additionally, because we are on Succession and not Awakening, it is actually better to do the first 2 hits. They do a pretty decent amount of damage, unlike Awakening, which doesn't do a lot. So it's up to you if you want to do it. If you are, so for non-beast form Berserkers, it's not exactly better to use the float on it. For beast form Berserkers, it is almost exclusively better because you go immediately into claws afterwards. So if you hold right mouse button after it, right, you go exclusively into claws. So you get your float quicker. Us, on the other hand, if you aren't using beast form, it is probably not better, because that would mean to get the damage from Prime Fierce Strike, that big amount of damage, you are now stuck having your second CC be another float. Or, what's more important is usually you CC someone through a grab, so now you've just CC capped someone in 2 moves. You've done nothing but waste your time, their time, and they will probably get up and grab bot you. So I would still recommend using this as your secondary. Or you know, a KD, something besides this. So next up is Prime Predatory Hunt. Bread and butter of the kit. Best move you have. It's the longest lingerable SA we have. Timing in at about a total of 6 seconds. No, 5 seconds worth of SA time. It has a float on final hit. So you go 1, 2, or not a float, a bound, 3, and then it bounds on that last hit there. Important to know, because you don't want to be jumping directly on someone's head. It's an easy grab. You will get grabbed. They will grab you. Don't bounce around on their head. Okay, and essentially what you would want to do is, that's one way to bound. You can also use it out of Lava Piercer, and it bounds on last hit again. It goes straight to the final hit. I prefer to use that over sitting on top of someone's head with it, because I tend to get grabbed if I am, sitting on top of people's head with it, which is, it's a lot. Especially since it doesn't CC on every hit like it used to. They can spam every grab they have, and if they miss, they can just sit in SA. Additionally, we do have Falling Rock, so this kind of circumvents the whole waiting for a CC. If you don't want to wait for the 4th jump, you press left mouse button. Instant pound. It's a little slow on the get up and recovery from it, but the move is good. It works. Again, full SA. And it does actually do a bigger AoE if you've done 3 jumps. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, I fucked it up. That's fine. I'll show you again. It does do a bigger AoE, although it's so situational that if you're already on the 3rd jump, so 1, 2, and I fucked it up. Anyway, it's so situational, I wouldn't even worry about it. Because honestly, it doesn't matter. But the important thing to note is this move, it gets you into beast form. This is going to be your primary way of entering beast form every time because it is on a 13-second cooldown and beast form is on a 20-second, it's a 20-second buff. So that gives you 7 seconds to fit beast form in again. Okay, so look, we're back at 7 seconds. Use the move, we're back at 20. So this will be your way of maintaining. Additionally, this is also your most important move to hit. I don't care about the CC. I don't care about anything else. You have to hit any hit of this because you will receive 30% crit rate from the move naturally for 10 seconds. Additionally, I put the skill add-on of crit rate on this, so you receive an additional 30% crit rate for 60 total, meaning you are nearly crit rate capped just by landing this move on a player. Okay? So that's great for you non-beast form suck Zerkers out there who, when you use Prime Fear Strike, that's your damage. You hit that move and you will nuke any DR player that has ever thought about stepping foot on BDO, okay? So that is some important things you need to know. You know, not really too crazy, but it is good to know all that. Next up is Prime Raging Thunder. So there are a few quirky things about this move that I'll explain. First of all, it has air attack on it. It's what I preference to use after floats and KDs, or after floats. So preferentially, I would use grab, FD. What I would do is I would then float them with Fear Strike, Lava Piercer, and Spin to get that extra attack. Because if you use this move out of Lava Piercer, you actually get a longer move consisting of more damage. It also comes out quicker with quicker hits. So you'll notice this is the startup and the full move if you use it without Lava Piercer. And then if you use it with Lava Piercer, you will end up getting a quicker come out on the move. But also you get more time with the move because it has that startup of the move plus the full move itself. There's a few things to note about this. So, first and foremost, you can use this move to KD. If you do left mouse button and then right mouse button, so left mouse button, A, right mouse button, that will KD. That is part of this move. You can't press them. You can press them both at the same time, but I wouldn't risk it. I usually start the swing and then go. And you can do it in the opposite direction as well. You can't do it forward or backwards. And it actually comes out quicker out of Evasion. So if you go Shift A or Shift D and then the input, that comes out quicker. Lastly, my personal favorite way to use it is out of iframe, where if you press A or D and right mouse button, you can use it like that. Much quicker. It has an iframe startup because you're using your shake off, and the hitbox is absurd. I can show you an example as in this. He was behind me. If I use it here, I can still hit him. It has an absurd hitbox, and it is very easily abusable. As you can see, I hit that guy there like that. So if you would like to get a KD, that is the way I would recommend it. Once again, I'm protected, but there is a caveat to that. So, congrats to that guy, damn. So, Q buff, and I have 30 seconds to show you this, and I'll show you one more thing first. You actually can't do this if spin is on cooldown. So you cannot apply that KD if spin is on cooldown. So please keep that in mind, because that is important to know. If you have used your spin, don't try and use the move, because you'll end up looking like an idiot. And I do it all the time, and I look like an idiot, so I'm trying to save you, okay? Make sure you know. So, Beastform. Q buff specifically, not just Beastform, only Q buff has a specific role in Raging Thunder where it makes this SA. So this becomes SA, okay? That spin there, it becomes SA. So what you can do is you can go bam. See? That is SA. It is a lingerable SA. Important to know, because once you Q buff, you should be spamming that bitch. I'm not spamming it, but it is something very important to know, because you now have an iframe into SA knockdown. Now, more importantly, is the spin itself. If you use the spin, this will KD on final hit now. Only in beast form. It will KD on the final hit of the spin, and the side swipe is SA. Super important to know. I feel like a lot of Zerkers don't know it. It's super important to know, because obviously if I use the spin now and I end it, no KD. So make sure you guys know that, because it will save your life. It is the best. It is the best. It is the bee's fucking knees, okay? So on to the next, Fearsome Tyrant. This is another move that moves you into beast form, okay? Very important to know is it has a stun on first hit, a stun on last hit. The 100% has a stun on every hit, but it changes it up a bit. It's a 45-second cooldown, so it's hard to show, but what I'll explain is this final hit, okay? So I'll use it. That stuns on hit, and then this stuns on hit. You can CC cap players with that. Be careful. What you can do is, instead of waiting for the whole move to happen, after you do that first initial burst, you can iframe. You can iframe and leave it. You don't have to do that second hit. So you could, like I said before, you could do the first hit of this, stun them, iframe, swipe, and now you have a player on the floor. They're CC capped, but they're KD, the longest CC in the game, okay? So even if you want to be even better, you can use it, iframe, FD, and then Beastly Windslash. Whatever you want to do. Just don't CC cap players with it, and don't. If you're gonna use this with the 100%, the important thing to note is, you noticed how the full thing was SA when I use this. If you use 100%, you are going to immediately CC cap players, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna use this forward guard. And if a player isn't CC'd, they're going to come up and CC you from behind. And if they are CC capped and you are slowed, what that player is going to do to you is they're going to walk while completely CC immune up to you and grab you, and you are going to get jumped by 3 of the most pissed off players ever, because you just 100%ed them, okay? So do everyone a favor, including yourself. Stop doing the final hit of Fearsome Tyrant. The damage is good. The damage is great on the first crazy amount of hits. That last hit, stop doing it. You're going to get CC from the back, or you're going to have 3 of the most pissed off players ever ready to jump. Ready to jump your shit because you just fucking CC capped them and took away 10% of their max health. They will be pissed, okay? So do yourself a favor. Stop holding the move entirely. See, you can do that. Bam. They're stunned. Now I am free to do whatever I want with the player, because I dropped that move, I framed, and now I can keep going, okay? That also puts you back in beast form, so it's good to know if you want to recycle this and for some reason something happened. So, Absolute Beast Roar. This, yeah, I'll go back and talk about it. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so Absolute Beast Form. I'll also go back and talk about this in a second. So Absolute Beast Roar, although it says Q buff, or although it says Q, that input is no longer usable if you have time to rock, okay? So if this move is active, lock this move, put it on your hotbar. This will put you back in beast form again. The only use this move has is to heal while you are nowhere near anyone, okay? Let's say you're fucking fighting right here. All you guys are fighting here. I would not use Beast Roar any further than being over here. Somewheres where you can, somewheres where they are out of render distance, preferably, and you are behind a structure. Because I want to cancel this move. That is quick. That it took me almost 4 seconds to cancel the move and be able to get out of the way. 4 seconds is enough time for me to cover half of this BA. 4 seconds is enough time for a Draconia to do 3 loops of this BA, E-grab you, and one-shot you. Okay? So do not use this move unless there is no one in render distance, please. Good news, it does put you back in beast form. So advantages. It does put you back in beast form. And I'll show an example of this where I am now back in beast form, which is great, phenomenal, because that means once you've used it out of rendering distance, you can use the additional movement speed to get back in after leaving rendering distance. So great, phenomenal. Next on the agenda, Wrath of Beast and Ire of Beast. These go hand in hand because you cannot use Ire of Beast without using Wrath of Beast first. Back in the day, you could split them up. You can't do that anymore. So you consider these 2 moves in 1 cooldown, okay? On top of that, this, again, another 45-second cooldown move, so it's hard for me to kind of explain it in one long take, but forward guard, great. This first half, so the first move has to be added to a hotbar. It doesn't have a key bind for it. And essentially, this move does not track your camera for a forward. This move does. So this move stiffens on for about 5 times, 6 times for a hit. And then it KDs on hit. This bounds on hit and is kind of weird. Anyway, I'll show you. So it stiffens, 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 stiffens. That's a KD. Go again, it bounds. So you have now CC capped someone in case you've caught them. So the best move you can do is mouse moving it away. This tracks forward to your camera, so you can also kind of block attacks with it actively moving. And yeah, it's a heal. Use it to heal. This one can be used a little closer. It's faster, it has CCs on it, and you can actively move somewhat. Next up, Quaking Fury. Brand new move, well, but kind of brand new, like 2 months, 3 months. Good damage. It does substantial damage. And it can be used out of Devastation just by holding left mouse button. It can also be used out of Frenzied Destroyer, both Prime and normal Frenzied Destroyer, so you just have to hold left mouse button. And one of my personal favorites is using it out of Tackling Rock. That goes for Tackling Rock out of Lava Piercer or Raw, so you can kind of, you know, get some funky setups going on with that. And then I'll show you, obviously it works just out of normal Tackling Rock, which is very good to know in case you need it. And yeah. Also, I just want to bring up now that I just read it. Quaking Fury says LMB after Rock, Stave, Strike, which isn't actually a move Berserker has, which makes me wonder what move that could be, which I assume is Fierce Strike. Yeah. I honest to God, maybe Tackling Rock. Yeah. Yeah, Rock Stave Strike must be Tackling Rock, but that's the name of it. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, good move, good damage. It's a total possibility for you to use a combo and, grab someone. Ooh, and I fucked it up immediately. Sorry. Grab someone, put them down, FD, Tackling Rock, and then immediately into that. That's an option. That'll do good damage. And because it piggybacks off of this, it has a little bit of accuracy rate. Not terrible. It's okay. Next up, Devastation. So one of the things you want to remember about Devastation is it's slow as fuck. It slows the other person like fuck, but it's slow as fuck. You can iframe out of it. You can cancel it early. I need Zerkers to stop holding that entire move. There's a reason Awakened Zerkers have a move called Devastation, and then they have a Flow Earth Dividing, which is one move that does the exact same thing and applies the effects. You want to fucking drop this shit and go. You don't want to sit there. It doesn't do good damage. And honestly, the only reason you'd ever want to consider using it is because of its accuracy rate for damage. Good against evasion targets. Hits a 40% slow with add-ons. 10-second cooldown. And you can use this out of it now. But this is way too slow. So, there's a few things you should know about Devastation. It has a slow and a fast cast. So, slow cast, okay? Puts his hands up all the way, holds them for a second, slams them down. The difference between the slow and fast cast on this isn't that noticeable, but we'll go 1, fast cast. A lot quicker on the downward slam of the axes. I'm also pretty sure it can be done out of F, so Weakling Hunt, or the Storming Beast will proc it. So I'm pretty sure you can, Tackling Rock, Storming Beast. You would never use this, but this is one of the examples where the fast cast comes in. And yeah, use it as a debuff. Keep that shit applied on whoever you're fighting, because it stays for 10 seconds. The cooldown's 10 seconds. You can do the math. By the time they're getting ready to come in and fuck you up again, you make sure that's applied to them. Ancient Wave. Ancient Wave is a doozy of a move. Because it is so funky in the fact where if you cast it and then iframe, you get one hit. You don't get the full Ancient Wave. You get the discount version. If you do any move before the Ancient Wave finishes, you don't get the Ancient Wave. You can fuck yourself. So, if I Ancient Wave and then even start Beastly Windslash, you saw 1, 2 splashes. There were 2 splashes of color. I believe there should be 4. It should go do. But I obviously haven't looked at it in a while. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I was correct. There should be 4 splashes. And doing any move that's even not supposed to flow out of it well gives you 2, and then canceling it right away gives you 1. So you need to eat dirt. You need to eat dirt. If you're playing non-beast form, you eat dirt to cast this move and hit everyone, okay? Again, this is another move that has a fast cast and a slow cast. You saw how slow the slow cast was. Now, if I do you can see substantially faster. Very substantially faster. And one of my favorite things to do with this is any player that's holding F-guard, any player that's holding S-block, you can actually Lava Piercer, Tackling Rock, Storming Beast, Ancient Wave. So, there you go. Quick CC, quick little catch, it's effective. So, keep that in mind. This also does have an advantage in beast form. Unlike most of the other moves, the advantage in beast form is that the forward guard goes through the whole move, which is important because as soon as you cast and the first hit hits the ground, you lose forward guard in non-beast form. In beast form, however, the forward guard subsides until the player has pulled their arm back. Additionally, it does move faster in beast form. There's no quick cast or slow cast. That doesn't hold true about Devastation. Devastation does have a quick cast and slow cast. Ancient Wave, no quick cast and slow cast. It just comes out at the same speed, irregardless. So next we have Prime Beast Form and Unstoppable Beast Form. Unstoppable Beast Form is what you will be running 24/7. This is what gets you your Bestial Rage. This is what gives you, crit rate when you enter it. 30% plus another 30%. It gives you 2.5% of your health every second. It adds a little bit of extra damage to Fearsome Tyrant. And it changes up a few moves like like Weakling Hunt. Everything that I've gone over so far, it does change up those moves, such as Wrath of the Beast and Ire of the Beast and Beast Roar, which all get a little tiny buff, and allow you to transform into it. Anyway, so next on the list is Beast Form, which essentially this is just a big health pool that makes you tanky and faster and everything. It's like a jack of all trades. You get all your WP back, or pretty much most of it. 1,500 health, 20 DP, 50% resist, 20 movement speed, and 30 critical hit rate. So for most players, a 50% resist rate on a Berserker will mean they're at 100% resist on everything. Won't matter. They're 100% resist on everything. So yeah, even if you have the best crystals in the land, they still have a 20% chance to resist every single CC you throw. And if you're running maxed out, ignore resist. So keep that in mind when approaching a Berserker that is fucking, beasted up, okay? Additionally, what this does is it gives a bigger health stim out of Unstoppable Rage. So what I would do is I would usually have Beast Form up and then Q buff for the massive health stim, and then C buff on top of that for the 2.5% healing, and your aces. There shouldn't be anything short of a nuclear bomb that can take you down in this time. So use it well. So we'll go on Evasion next. Evasion is a terrible fucking move in combat, but it's all we have. So yeah, you're gonna have to use it. It makes crab walking easier, which is Headbutt, Storming Beast, and Evasion. Crab walking, not really used anymore because Berserker has so much movement, but kind of important for Berserkers. You can also kind of linger the forward guard on this as you approach, right? And the only additional thing to say is there's a slow and fast evasion. So some moves, if you use them, give you slow evasion. Some moves, when you use them, give you fast evasion. You'll know the difference. You can see the kind of blinking and sparkling on fast evasion, and slow evasion doesn't have that. Additionally, one more thing about evasion is that out of Lava Piercer, you do get a forward guard. You get a forward guard. Not incredibly lingerable. However, if you for some reason need to, you can, linger. I wouldn't blow all my movements that quickly, but it is an option, It does exist. So, just something for you to remember. In case for some reason all your moves are down and you need a forward guard, you can count on evasion. Okay. Whew. Weakling Hunt. Succession Weakling Hunt. They got lazy. That's the answer. That's 100% the answer. So, all these prime moves have, the beast form and non-beast form version locked into them. So that means if I'm in beast form, it's prime Fierce Strike. If I'm not in beast form, it's prime Fierce Strike, and it differentiates. This move, I have absolute Weakling Hunt, but if I'm in Q buff, or if I'm in beast form, it becomes Succession Weakling Hunt. So essentially, oh no, I lied. Sorry. Apparently it's called Absolute Weakling Hunt, but if I have Feral Roar, which will be this, then it unlocks it. Anyway, so it's Succession Weakling Hunt. It's weird. It's weird. On non-beast form, I've hit some raw moves because it flows really nicely into other things, right? But I would never use it raw if I wasn't sure that the player couldn't kill me or I didn't care about the outcome. You can use Lava Piercer and use it, and it gives you a forward guard to linger, and this move flows awfully fucking nice into Predatory Hunt. So that is an option for you out of Beast form, which is actually really cool because you can get the CC and then immediately elbow drop. And there's your CC. You get the crit damage, and then you have your combo. You're good to go. But it's just better in beast form. It is just better. You know, you get a moving knockback that goes through forward guards and has a forward guard itself. The only problem here is against players that are in SA that have CCs. What you are doing, and you have to remember this, is either A, you somehow find a way to keep the forward guard facing them at all times, which is impossible unless you have the perfect spacing every single time where you're like that, right? Which is impossibly hard to do. When they're moving, you're surviving, they're surviving. Or B, which is more important, half the time you will do this, which is terrible because you've turned your forward guard back, and if you don't CC them, you're gonna get CC'd. Or, you know, C, which is an even worse case scenario, you go through them and they immediately CC you as you go through them. Happens to me all the time. Sucks. Keep it in mind. It will happen. Good move. Great for rotating your protections. Obviously, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, we're good to go. We stand up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Iframe. And we can just keep this going forever. Because of those two moves, Fierce Strike and Weakling Hunt, like, you can just go forever. And yeah. So next, we have Tackling Rock. Tackling Rock is every player's worst nightmare, every Berserker's wet dream. This move is fast as fuck. If you mouse movement it's impossible to keep up with. It has forward guard. When off cooldown twice. You can go 1, 2, and now it keeps the forward guard. So what it will do is it will apply the damage first and then remove your forward guard. So the hit will happen. So you can use it for damage, although I wouldn't recommend because you may abruptly lose your forward guard. You may also find as you're trying to get away, you may collide with a player and you will end up losing your forward guard when you don't want to. On top of that, you don't have to use both of them. You can use one. There's not really any reason to only use one. And it does give you the advantage of using it quickly. So, like, obviously, you can make, like, a crazy amount of burst speed just by using it in conjunction with Lava Piercer. On top of that, it does flow nicely into a few moves, of which I'll show. I use this, so I use Time to Rock in conjunction with this to bait things out. So, you know, Lava Piercer, Tackling Rock, Time to Rock. You go forward, you intimidate them, you back out. Now, this may not work against players like, let's say, Ninjas, Awakened Novas. Any player that wants your back, right? Because they'll be confident enough. They will go 1 blink, 2 blink, and then they're going to go 3 blink and come in. So if you're going towards them, they will probably be trying to go for your back. Might not work. That is where I would suggest, where you're playing against those players, you instead use left mouse button for the lingerable SA, which is Quaking Fury. Both of these flow incredibly well out of the move and are really good options for kind of mixing up on what you would do when approaching players. Yeah, that's really the only thing I have to say. It does have 25% accuracy rate and air attack, so some players prefer to use a float, that for the air attack, and then that, it's a preference. It's good against evasion players. I don't know if I would use it against DR players. That is up to your discretion. I haven't tested it out enough to be willing to try, but just based off of the damage numbers presented here, there are options that are comparable against DR players, but it is good against evasion players. Absolutely. Next up, Storming Beast. This one's going to be a little long because it has so fucking much going on for such a small move, quotation mark. It's a stiffen. You can hold it and you will keep going. It won't stiffen anymore though. I believe only the first hit stiffens, so if I stiffen here and then walk close enough to this guy, he doesn't get stiffened. So it only stiffens on first hits. Additionally, this move has multiple flows. So if you use Headbutt and then this move, you get a forward guard. This will also be the quickest way to activate Fierce Strike. So there's a weird timing on it where if you use the moves as quickly as you can, you get it slow. But you can abuse the fact that BDO is built on paper and spaghetti and a mountain of Lego blocks. And if you time it, so just when you think Headbutt would end, you press WF, the move comes out way faster. So this is how fast it goes if you're spamming the moves as quick as you can. Now, if you use it, like I said, see how quick that is? Just by the difference of a 0.5 second timing being as quick as you can press it compared to when you think it shouldn't be able to be pressed, but it can be pressed. Ooh. It's night and day. It is almost an instant fucking move compared to this. See how slow that is? And then you get this. Spaghetti code. Spaghetti code. So that it works with everything. So, you know, Headbutt F, FD. See how quick that was? I got 2 moves in that time. 2 moves in the same time it took me to do 1. It's super funky though, like crazy funky. There are so many things you can experiment with this. You can even fucking like, look at that. Because of the cancel speed on it, you need to press, so you need to Headbutt and F, but press Headbutt the moment you think you shouldn't be able to, the moment you think the move would end. See how quick that is? And then it makes every single move that comes after it 1,000,000 times quicker. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so it even works. I'm pretty sure it works with Fearsome Tyrant too. So you can go like, yeah, I would never, but it's weird. It's weird. It's strange. It's something you should know. On top of that, the move has multiple applications. Some players, some Zerkers will prefer to use Weakling Hunt to kind of get through players' forward guard. Some players will prefer to Lava Piercer and then use this to get behind forward guard. My preference is Stomp. It is Storming Beast because it is so ridiculously fast. You can't use a fast I can't remember its name. Beastly Windslash out of this. So, that's not very fast of a CC. What is fast for a CC is being able to do shit like this, where, look how far I am from the player, right? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I collided with him. Give me 1 second. I'll show you an example. Seeing people in forward guard and being able to do shit like this, right? That's hard to react to. I prefer that as a forward guard catch over anything else. Player has forward guard, you've caught them. That's it. You've caught them. And you can quickly cancel it too, right? So you go iframe, you can also Lava Piercer, or you can Predatory out of it. So you have that option. So you can immediately get a bound off of it. Additionally, it has a fast stomp and a slow stomp. So even more stuff for you to know about this move. Slow stomp. Raises his knee all the way, slams it down. You can kind of see what's up with that. Fast stomp. He doesn't even raise his knee. He just kind of steps on the ground. So you see the difference between them? Slow stomp, fast stomp. Strangely enough, normal evasion produces a fast stomp. Ultimate evasion, slow stomp. You can see the difference. Iframe, slow stomp. Tackling rock, fast stomp. Okay? FD, fast stomp. All of these things are things you can test and know. Beastly Windslash, fast stomp. That's Windstorm story. Full Beastly Windslash, fast stomp. Fierce Strike, fast stomp. We use Predatory, slow stomp. Things that are super important that you wouldn't think are important because you can do dumb shit where you float a player, FD, 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 stomp. And now you can extend that even more. Just all the stupid shit you never thought you needed to know and never thought mattered, kind of matters. Headbutt, another bread and butter move. This one, a little funkier. And all this stuff applies to Beastform. The only thing that doesn't apply to Beastform is Ancient Wave. So I'll explain it, but the moves that have different interactions in Beastform are Lava Piercer, both of them. Ancient Wave, okay. Fearsome Tyrant, but it's basically the same, just does a little more damage. And Fierce Strike and Weakling Hunt. Those are the only moves. Everything else is the same, so I explain them as they are, but I will keep going. Headbutt. So, this move, in addition with Storming Beast, obviously I just showed you what happens. The important thing to note about these moves, and the reason why I do them as a precursor instead of just grabbing someone and going, instead of just grabbing someone and fucking going at it, is because of their debuffs. Minus 12% melee evasion rate. You have a rat, you stomp on him, that motherfucker is not moving. He is not evading shit. Okay? You've cut off 12% of his evasion rate. That fucking 1,000 evasion he has, yeah, that's 880 now. He can eat shit. You took away fucking 120 evasion from that guy by pressing one button. Right? Headbutt. Another 15% accuracy rate. So you've taken your 1,000 accuracy and turned that shit to fucking 1,150 accuracy. You've done both of that just by doing this. This whole conversion here gives you 15% accuracy, takes away 12% of their evasion, 40 straight 40 DP from them, and does massive damage. This small tiny little fucking thing here just wrecked the player's stats and makes them feel terrible, okay? Important to know. Headbutt also has a KD version like this. I don't really use it because I think it's funky and strange. It also doesn't flow nicely into other things. Like, as you can see, obviously, if you press shift right mouse button and then F, it's a lot slower than doing this, right? So leave it up to preference. I use it sometimes when my spin is on cooldown and I see a player and I just need him out of my fucking way. I hit him with the headbutt and I get the fuck out of dodge. I need to do other things. He's a DP meme and I need to fucking go. So, shake off. Every Zerker's favorite move. It's a beautiful move because it only works when it wants to work. Despite being in iframe, you can have this move accelerated by hit stun. So if you are getting hit by multiple things at once and you iframe, this move ends basically the frame you cast it. So keep that in mind. You are better off using Lava Piercer and Predatory to get away than using iframe if they're dropping like a blizzard on you, because you will just eat shit. I promise you, it is not worth it. Additionally, it does have an iframe, quotation mark iframe. It can be used out of Lava Piercer. I wouldn't recommend it because now you've used 2 of your protections. I would much rather see you use Evasion. If you have to use it, I would much rather see you use Evasion over this. And this is also the only move that will cancel you out of Fearsome Tyrant quickly. So use it sparingly, but use it a lot. Lava Piercer, both red and blue. If you press shift space, red Lava Piercer will be preferenced over blue first, but they both share the same keybind, okay? So red will always be preferenced first. It has the lower cooldown. Outside Beastform, outside Beastform, Lava Piercer, the red Lava Piercer goes 100% of the distance. So whatever distance you travel, it goes 100%. That was a blue one. I don't know why I did that. It goes 100% of whatever distance it has set. Alternatively, blue Lava Piercer goes exactly half of the distance. So this move will go exactly half of the distance that red Lava Piercer goes in Beast form, or out of Beast form. In Beast form, blue Lava Piercer goes 75% of the distance red Lava Piercer goes. Okay? That is something important to remember. This in Beast form goes 75% of the distance. This in non-Beast form goes 50% of the distance. Both of these moves allow both Weakling Hunt, Evasion, and Beastly Windslash to have forward guard when the cooldown is not active. As well, it allows you to use Predatory quicker. And the most important thing to remember is if you are using Lava Piercer to linger your protection. So if you were let's say theoretically you were in Beast form. Let's say theoretically you were in Beast form and you are using this to linger your protection. You just want to stay in SA, okay? There is something you need to know that not many Zerkers know, and it's important. Very, very important. These have a set distance to travel no matter what. So let's say this will go 100 units. This will go 50 units. If you get 500% movement speed, this will go 100 units. This will go 50 units. This will go 500, or this will go 5 times faster, and so will this. Which means instead of you going, you're 500 times, you have 500% movement speed. This won't go 500. This won't go 5 times further. It will go 5 times quicker, which means you will still travel the same distance. And I will help show you this. So let's say I start. Let's say I start from the gate and I put my cursor towards the giant, okay? I make it here. Just past the second dummy. Now let me stack on some movement speed. Okay, so now I have 20% movement speed. I get on the gate. I look towards him. Same distance traveled, 20% faster. Movement speed is not always the best if you're trying to bait out moves for a grab, okay? Very important to know. Because if you're trying to bait out moves for a grab, and then you get your grab, you have less time if you have more movement speed. So, super important to know. And that is it for Berserker's moves. Besides, I did skip over Ultimate Frenzied Destroyer. This also lets you use Quaking Fury out of it. It's okay, but the only way to cancel it quickly is with either Beastly Windslash or Evasion. Okay? Good damage. I use it sometimes if the player's KD'd. At your own discretion. You no longer have to lock any moves on Berserker instead of Beast Roar. And you don't even have to lock it. I just lock it so things don't get fucked up. Because it just takes the bind now. You can't use it, so. Anyway, I also don't think I went over Time to Rock. You press Q, it has a slow cast and a fast cast. Slow cast is here. Okay. Obviously, it's a little slower. He has to get ready to go. There are certain moves that let this move come out quicker. Most of the moves that we already saw, such as Tackling Rock into it. Additionally, any move where you find your axes on the ground besides Beastly Windslash is generally good to make it go quicker. So, FD into it much quicker as well. We also have Fierce Strike, which will help that happen. So quicker. He doesn't bend down. His axes don't touch the ground. He just jumps back immediately. These are quicker options. Find out what works best on your quick cast for it, and what makes you feel better about casting it. Next up, we have the skill enhancements. This is what I run. Feral Rage is okay for PvE, but I would not use anything else in PvP besides these. Like, there's really no reason. Feral Rage will get you grabbed. It eat the fuck out of your stamina. Axe of Destruction's too slow on too high a cooldown compared to having a heal. Like, if this healed on hit, it would be worth to use, but it doesn't. So, eat dirt. And Frenzied Tyrants is just too fucking slow. Look at this shit. It does no damage. It's unprotected. It's too fucking slow. I don't even think I have it on hotbar. Give me a second. Let me put this bitch here. Look at this shit. Does no damage. AoE's huge. But, yeah. It's kaputs. 76% less damage on a move that already does no damage. Use Frenzied Winds. And I'll go through the top. So Feral Stampede stiffens on... it has about 6 to 5 chances to stiffen. It doesn't stiffen on every hit. It stiffens on every, on every third hit. So it stiffens about 6 times. Additionally, it has good accuracy rate, so evasion players it's good against, and it has down attack. So it's not a terrible idea if you're fighting an evasion player to, do some funky shit where you right? Like that, it's not a terrible idea to hit him with all that. Wailing Beast is just a good SA. It's quick, it's fast, it heals you, it's SA, and it's cancelable near the end. And the last one is Frenzied Winds, which just lets you have a float after, Acts of Destruction, Wailing Beast, or Feral Stampede. So, Acts of Destruction, oh yeah. Sorry. So it lets you use a float out of this. So let's say theoretically you went, right? you now can refloat someone out of that, and this would work against an evasion player because you've used the 3 moves that kind of shred evasion. Good to go. So, on top of that, we're going to go through the skill add-ons. This is for me. What I want you to do if you're making your skill add-ons is sit down, think about what moves you use, okay? Like, what moves are you using? And then go read the moves. Oh, well, when I play Berserker, like, let's say you're thinking, oh, I play Berserker, I use Fierce Strike a lot, and then I use Tackling Rock for the air attack. That's like my go-to combo. Well, then you'd probably want to put air attack on Beastly Windslash, and you'd probably want to put attack speed on Beastly Windslash, since that's what's going to be your secondary, right? Think about that stuff. For me personally, I run all DP and minus DP on Fearsome Tyrant. I want them feeling a little insecure if they get hit by it, and I want myself feeling a lot more secure with my tankiness. Storming Beast, I give the accuracy rate and evasion rate, so that takes away, instead of draining 12% evasion, it drains 17% evasion. Big fan of that. Also gives me the 5 accuracy, so I'm running 20% accuracy rate whenever I CC someone. Additionally, Fierce Strike, minus 20 DP because this move naturally has minus 20 DP. So with one move, with this one conversion here, you take 40 DP, you gain 20 accuracy rate, 20%, and you take away 17% evasion rate in this one little conversion here. Beautiful. Also the air attack damage, because I generally will immediately Lava Piercer spin for the air attack. Frenzied Destroyer gives me my attack speed buff, gives me 15 human damage. So what that means is when I do this, I get 16 AP, 15 human damage. Super beautiful if you're trying to do good damage to players that are a little more tanky than you. Predatory, I keep the attack speed and the crit rate on this because God forbid I need Frenzied Destroyer's attack speed. But if for some reason I fuck this up, I have it here. But you should always have this running. You should always be at 60% critical hit rate and that extra 10% attack speed 24/7. 24/7. There's not really an excuse. And then the last one, Prime Devastation. Make them eat dirt. Make them eat dirt. They can eat dirt. Minus 40% attack, minus 40% movement speed and attack speed. They're not doing anything. If they run in and try and grab bot you, they need a friend to kill you. If they are trying to get away, they can't get away. If it's a Musa, that motherfucker is going to have to sit in Q block and spam SAs for the next 10 seconds. If it's a fucking Nova, she's going to throw you to the ground and you'll probably stand up and she'll have to use her black hole on you. If it's a Dracania, you're going to slow her, she's going to grab you, and then she's going to use one move and you're going to die. So it's not going to matter. But the thought is there. Okay? So that covers all of that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some combos you can do against players to kind of, like, just as baselines, okay? And I'll talk them through slow, and then I'm going to do them fast. And all the inputs are down here, so you can rewatch and see exactly what combos are there so you can do them, okay? So I'm going to do a couple of basic non-beast form combos, and then I'm going to do a couple of basic beast form combos, and we'll go from there. So for basic non-beast form combos, this is always assuming that you have this up, okay? So you get your grab, throw them to the side, okay? And then you want to do FD, FD, Ancient Wave, spin. Easy enough. So I'll do it fast. I'll show you guys. And this is super simple. Can't get much harder. And it has a few protections in there to kind of help you. So this is what it looks like faster. Super simple, can't be fucked up. This exact same combo applies to Beastform. And actually, some would call it more effective in Beastform because of the Ancient Wave, okay? So, obviously, you hit grab, FD, Ancient Wave, spin. Super simple. Bread and butter combo, basic baby, gets the job done, okay? Additionally, what we do have is without Beastform, and this will also work with Beastform. I'm not going to repeat each one if they don't have a switch up of moves. All of these work with Beastform. So next up would be, you know, let's say you somehow get a CC here, FD, iframe, swipe, and then you just Frenzied Destroyer, that, and that. So what it will be is the whole conversion is this, iframe swipe, 1, 2, sorry. I messed up. Let's start from the beginning and I'll show you each individual move. So you go 1, headbutt F, FD, iframe swipe, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and hold left mouse button. I'll do it one more time on him, and then I will do it in Beastform because it does have a different setup because of the claws. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, obviously, don't wait in between because my brain just, I'm thinking of this on the fly, so I'm running a little slow. And then the same thing happens for Beastform where you go 1, 1, and there we go. So it works in both forms. And then for something a little more advanced, what I tend to do is this is my go-to combo. So this is what I do. So we go, I'll show it physically, and then what we'll do is we'll walk through it. So you go 1, 1, 2, 3, headbutt F, and that. That is my go-to combo. That is what I will use to kill players effectively in AOS, in open world. That is my go-to combo. So now we'll walk through it. So you hit your grab, you throw them to the side, so now they're bound. You go headbutt F, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. Roll it back. Didn't write a script or anything. So you grab, throw them to the ground, and then you go 1, 2, 3, headbutt F, Fierce Strike, Lava Piercer, spin. So it's all in one motion. So 1, 2, 3, headbutt F, Fierce Strike, Lava Piercer, and spin. So you can basically press shift space, left mouse button, right mouse button at the same time. That also works for Beastform. It is a little slower. So what we have here is if I go grab, 1, 2, 3, headbutt F. Oh, I didn't even press the button, sorry. Give me 10 seconds. So the big thing is because the claws are slower, it makes getting that air attack a little harder. So obviously 1, 1, 2, 3, like that. The big thing with that is you want to make sure you're getting this. So what I would do to revise that in Beastform is I would go headbutt F, 1, 2, 3, and then hold right mouse button. So I'll show you the inputs. You can see it at the bottom. I would revise it to be like this. And that'll probably be a lot more effective and easier to do in Beastform. So instead of using the headbutt and F on Fierce Strike, use it on the Frenzied Destroyer instead, because Frenzied Destroyer flows naturally into Fierce Strike and Beastform. On top of that, we'll go for people that want that air attack combo. We can go, you know, 1. What the fuck? Okay. That's fine. I'll fuck myself. Yeah, people who want that air attack combo with the tackling rock for evasion players, what I would do is it's pretty much the same setup, except maybe I might do this afterwards to see if I can get down smashes, hit the slow, and then pull out. So that one's a little, yeah. So what I would do, and that may not work because these guys aren't accurate to what players do. So what I would do is I would probably do this. Grab, same thing as before. So that gets you the space, that gets you the slow on them. You get the evasion player fucked up with that air attack. So we'll walk it through. Obviously, he's grabbed. Throw him on the ground. 1, 2, 3. Headbutt F, Fierce Strike. And then as soon as you finish that, you let go of right mouse button, you hold F, and you hold W. So see how quickly that comes out? So if we go, and it was on cooldown, so see that? So that's what you're gonna do. So you go Headbutt F, Fierce Strike, that, and then hold left mouse button for the slam. So 1, 2, 3, this, and then the slam, and then immediately Beastly Windslash. It's so hard to show it in slow motion. Beastly Windslash, stomp, that, and then Q. I'll show it again on here so it's easier to see, and then I'll do it in beast form. So we'll go, just so you can see the inputs. That's what I would do. And then beast form, I believe, will be nearly the same. You just have to adjust when you do headbutt and F. So we'll go 1. This fucking bot. Okay, sorry. Give me 1 second. I'll do it on this guy. So that is what I would do. Down smash won't always work, but the potential is there. And then lastly, I'll show you some combos you can do kind of to deal with tankier players on the DR side. So, you know, you get your grab, and then what I would do is go 1, 2, 3. Ooh, sorry. My bad. So this is kind of all about doing damage after the KD. So, you know, 1, 2, 3. And then just keep hitting that down attack. And there you go. So it'll be the Fierce Strike on the down attack, the Ultimate Frenzied Destroyer on the down attack, the Quaking Fury on the down attack. And then if for some reason they're still on the ground, this will also hit the down attack and get you that distance. Okay? That one works pretty much the exact same in beast form. You know, I can't really even think of anything that would be different. I can't even think about how I do it. Yeah, it'd be the exact same. It'd be the exact same inputs. Nothing different for that one. And I press C, so I can't even get rid of this yet. And then I can show you the most optimal way to do my favorite combo. I don't do it half the time because BDO is a laggy mess, and anytime I ever consider making a movement in the game, my FPS drops to 10 and then back up to 140 and then back down to 10, all in a period of like 8 seconds. Yeah, so not quite a fan of that, but the most optimal way to do my combo that I like doing is you hit the grab. Because, oh, well, I guess I'll just throw myself. Yeah, so essentially what's weird is since they reworked Berserker, Fierce Strike actually flows slower, but Prime Frenzied Destroyer does not. So, you know, it's the weirdest setup to do, but because of the way it is, like that. You see how much air attack I got there? You get, so it's weird. You want to hit the first hit of this, but you don't want this long hit. So what you need is you need this cancel here. You see that? That's what you need. So you need to tap it for like a frame. The reason you want to hit this is because that shreds 40 DR right there. He is missing 40 DR. So the most economically efficient way to do it is like that. And you get so much air attack off of that that pretty much any player that is maybe 30 gear score, or I'd say no more than 20 gear score above you, will get one shot by that. And if they're DR and you have 301 AP, you will wipe them off the map. It doesn't matter. It's not even close. It's not even fucking close. Yeah. Anyway, so that is it. I think I have just about covered every weird inconsistency and strange thing. The last closing note I kind of want to bring up is the fact that Berserker does everything faster to the right. Okay? I know that sounds weird, but you would just have to trust me on this in the fact that every cancel is technically faster to the right. You actually, the best way to see it is with shake off. So this is to the right. This is to the left. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but everything is technically like a frame or two faster going to the right. So for any reason, if you have to run away and you have to spam shake off, please go to the right. I promise you it's quicker. It's weird. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna throw this video straight to YouTube. I am not cutting it. I'm not chopping it up. I hate editing. YouTube editors, you guys are kings. You guys are much better than I. And what I'll do is I'll timestamp each segment. If any of you guys have questions, you can A, drop a comment below, or B, DM me directly on Discord. My Discord name is just straight up Danny Destroyer. I will help you. If you need something, let me know, because I want to see you Berserkers do well, but I want to see you guys use your brains, okay? I want you to remember, BDO is not a combat MMO. It's not an action game. It is a numbers game and a rhythm game in one, okay? It's not a, oh my god, he has a advantage on, or sorry, he's in forward guard and he's going to SA, that's my chance to grab. It's a tempo game. He used his SA. I have a gap closer. He has a way to get away. It's like a 60% chance I catch him. If he pulls back, the tempo shifted, and the numbers make sense that he's used 4 or 5 moves are on cooldown. Count that shit. Count it. Count it. If you play a class or you know about a class and you can use that knowledge, you know Zerker's iframe's 3 seconds and you see him use his iframe, you know that the only way he can avoid a grab now is to not be close to you. You see a Zerker use that iframe, get on his shit. Expeditiously. You see a warrior use his iframe, you have 2.5 seconds to grab him before he can use it again, okay? It's a numbers game. Do better. All you Zerkers, do better. I know you can. And you guys need to learn one more important thing is when to hold them and when to fold them in regards to holding players. please, please, please stop grabbing a player and holding them the entire time when there's no good reason to be doing it. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your team. You can do better. There's scenarios where you hold them and you don't. I can run through them real quick right now. So 1v2. You're alone and you grab a player and another player's right there. Drop them. Try and go for the secondary CC on the other player. Now it's a 2v1 and you grab a player, hold them. There's no one there to hurt you. It's a 3v3 in Solaire and you have grabbed a player and both teams are around. Drop that motherfucker and convert over to another person. You have now CC'd a player and given your team an opportunity to give a secondary on them. Meanwhile, you have an extra grab sitting in your inventory that you're not using on one of the players sitting there and spamming SA moves. Put him down, you dog, and go get another player. You'll be so much more effective. You can drop damage, you can assist. Even the best thing you can do. Grab, drop, right? Immediately. Devastation. If they're all around you, you have slowed every single player on the enemy team by 40%. You've made them 40% less effective. Do better. Thank you guys so much. I'll put my Discord below. I'll put the Discord server. I'll put the stream. Any questions, any queries, any inquiries, any problems, any questions, anything I didn't cover well enough, or any questions you have, please forward them to me. Please tell me. Please let me know. I will do my best to answer them. I probably have the answer, but I just need you to ask it, okay? So thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day.